Hello, it's Jimmy here. The Riley's looking here at a BMW 3 Series diesel. Okay, so I'm in the car having a look. We haven't got any lights on here, but the customer's got his own scan tool here, so he's been clearing the fault on the way down, unfortunately. So we might not get a code here. I'm going to use the Launch UK Eurotab 3 scan tool here. Set up a scan. So again, this has had a long story behind it, long history of what's going on. DPF clean's done. It's had a couple of different pipes replaced, boost hoses. It's had the intake manifold replaced, yet he still keeps getting a air loss code. Okay, so these are the codes that he's been getting. 290900 Air Flow Plausibility. So the airflow isn't correct. Air system to calculated air history mass too high, and then a particular filter heavily blocked. Okay, so we're back to the scan here. We're ready now. We're in. It's an F31 BMW 318 diesel N47 engine. The ignition will automatically be switched off. Okay, so let's just shut the engine down. Now let's turn it back on. Okay, now we can do a high-speed scan. Let's see what faults we have. Just the one. That is particle filter heavily clogged. Exhaust back pressure is high. Okay, so right, we don't have the codes that he's sent me on a picture there, but he said he cleared it on the journey down here so the car would drive correctly, basically, so it's not going into a limp mode. We're probably, with these sort of codes, we're probably not going to find much on live data, but let's just have a quick look at the DPF pressure, air mass, give it a rev up and down. Okay, exhaust gas differential pressure, why does that look like it's in a negative reading? Particle filter soot mass. That's all a bit weird. Seems to be all jumping around the place. Exhaust gas temperature minus 36. That can't be right. What's going on? Sometimes when stuff like this is going on, you know, I sort of think, is this scan tool just not reading this car in correctly? How have we got the temperatures in minus, but when we accelerate they immediately go back up, let go of the accelerator, and they drop straight away? Something that's not correct either. Minus 198. Not sure what's going on there. Let me go back out of here. Oh, why are these already ticked? Coolant temperature, battery voltage, ambient pressure, coolant temperature. These are these the stuff that I was just looking at? Maybe, yep. Stuff that I just clicked on from the code. Maybe these are all of those. Oil pressure, I'm not interested in all of that. Throttle valve. Oh, it doesn't look like, because we haven't got a DPF pressure here, I can't see. Exhaust gas pressure before the turbocharger. Exhaust gas temperature before the DPF. Diesel soot mass. Differential pressure. Let's try it from here, see if it looks any different. Yeah, that's totally different, so I'm not sure what was going on there. Okay, ambient pressure, 1019. 44 grams of soot. Let's accelerate that up. Yeah, so if we hold the revs up now, that looks like it's behaving as it should. Let's hold it at 3000 RPM. Let's try and get it at 3000 RPM if we can. And about sort of 160, 170 millibars, 44 grams of soot, very high. Idle, what have we got? 25. So I've just done a mini as well with this tool here. This has just been given to me by Launch UK. This is the Smoke 2 smoke tester. It's a little bit of an upgrade from my last one. Okay, now I need to have a look around this engine. I can't really remember the last time I worked on one of these, so it's been a while ago. I think I changed an intake manifold on one of these last time. Okay, so like I said before, this has all been changed. The intake manifold's already been changed. This sensor's been changed. Lots of other bits and pieces have been changed already, trying to fix this problem. So just trying to have a little bit of a look around to see is there anything that looks obvious that's been missed so far. These pipes have already been changed as well, these flexies, so he's told me. Still got a little bit of misting from there, but that could have been where the old pipe was leaking from there. That have already been changed in the last few weeks. Okay, so just down here we have the air inlet pipe. I'm going to disconnect this from the box, same like I done on the previous video there now of the mini, and we're going to connect this smoke tester up to this. Let's get that off. It's a little bit stiff, might need a little pry tool on that. Right, now I've hooked this up to the battery of the car. We can get this little bag pushed in down here. I'm going to try and get it past this tube so we're not losing our smoke back out through the air filter. We can get that down there a little bit like that, that's it. Now we can inflate that so it seals up. Just bought this from Amazon, so we'll give it a try out on this video, see what it's like. It goes around your neck and you can hold your phone like that. So now, for the first time, you'll see both my hands on the video. I'm gonna switch the smoke tester on and we will confirm we have smoke coming from here now. We'll just wait until the smoke comes out. Okay, we've got smoke, so we'll connect it up. Then we'll give that a few minutes to see if we're going to have any sort of leaks anywhere. Oh well, we've already got a leak there. Yeah, he said he's had a smoke test done and they couldn't find the leak, but we've clearly got one right there. That's not sealed up properly, that new pipe. Okay, so it's leaking from around here where the seal is, so I'm thinking that the seal is just bad quality, or it's just not thick enough. It's not making a tight enough seal. I've got this box of O-rings that I've had for years. We'll see if we can get something that fits a little bit better, hopefully. I'm not sure, but maybe we have something that looks like it might fit a little bit better. It's a bit of a fatter seal, so we'll try that one. Just pull this one off. Yeah, look at the difference there in that. I'll just put that down there so you can see. Look at the shape of that. It's not even bad quality, that is. It's probably not a genuine part, this. Let's just swap this one in there. So that looks like now it's sticking over far more than that was, so we might get a better seal on that. So we've got the pipe now reconnected. We're just gonna push it back in here. It might be a little bit stiffer to push in now because the seal is a bit thicker and a tighter fit. There we go. So now we'll switch back on the smoke tester. Might have to wait a few minutes just to get the pressure built up. We're not getting a perfect seal over here, but it's good enough. We're losing a little bit of smoke from here. Trying to inflate that as hard as I can. It's just because of the angle. Yes, definitely seal that up, but that doesn't mean we're in clear water, because we need to let it run for another few minutes, because we might have another leak somewhere else. Obviously we know now that that wasn't fitted correctly, so obviously the seal on the intake manifold could also still be leaking. I'm going to try and seal this up a little bit better. This is the old intake manifold. You still got it in the boot here. See how much carbon was built up on that, and it looked like it had a leak there. That's a mile there. Okay, so that's been running for a fair few minutes now. It doesn't seem like we have any more leaks anywhere else. Okay, we'll deflate that now and get it back out. There's a lot of oil in there. We might have to have a quick look at the turbo itself. Okay, so the customer was just saying that he did try this brand, if anyone wants to have a tip on it, but he did try 2 cans of this to lower the DPF pressure and it didn't work. So we'll try my cleaning fluid in a minute. Now that we've got to the end of the boost leak or air leak correlation there from there, so you've got your air flow meter here, which is the air coming in, and of course if you're losing your air from down here, you're going to have a correlation code because you're getting air coming in or losing it after your airflow meter. Now we need to just concentrate on getting the DPF pressure down. I think it was at like 170 millibars and 25 millibars at idle, so we're going to clean the DPF and get the pressure down, and then that should be all good to go. Now with the engine running, I've disconnected these 2 hoses here from the sensor of the DPF. I'm just going to test the pressure of them. That'll let us know which one of these we need to put the fluid into. That's the first one, 1.7 millibar. Second pipe here, around about 19 millibar. So this is the one where we're going to put the cleaning fluid in. Okay, so I'm going to use this kit. It's a compressor hooked up to this Launch UK DPF cleaning fluid in the compressed gun here that we've got attached now down to that tube that goes to the DPF, and we can just squeeze the trigger. Hopefully that's on tight enough, it's not going to blow off. Get that DPF filled up with this foam now. Okay, put about half of that bottle in and I'll let that sit for a couple of minutes, then we'll start the engine and put the rest in. Now we'll just hold this until all the fluid's gone. Okay, now I've disconnected that. Just make sure that we're not getting any sort of fluid come back up the pipe before we reconnect it. Okay, now we're back in the car. We're going to look at these items again. 44.9 millibars of pressure. Hold the car up to 3000 RPM. It's dropping there, the revs are dropping. Try and hold it steady. I'd like to see that pressure come down around about 60 HPA there, and these grams of soot we'd like to see come down to below 6. It's taken a little bit of time. It usually comes down a lot quicker than this if it's going to come down, but some cars are a little bit different. Okay, so I'm going to drive the car for about 10 minutes or so, and then we'll check the codes and check the DPF pressure afterwards. Okay, so on a test drive here I can see at the live data it's doing a regen because the temperature is at 570 degrees. What I do find strange with this is these grams of soot keep changing. So 1 minute it's saying it's 11, see it's dropping down. We'll let go of the accelerator, sometimes it can just drop to 0. So this is the end readings here that we were left with, around about 80 millibars of pressure at 3000 RPM. If we let go of the accelerator, I haven't even checked that yet, we have 6 millibars of pressure. Now I do notice at some times here and there that will jump back up to about 12, and the tone of the engine is changing, so I'm not sure if that's because the EGR is opening or closing. Something's making it jump up and down a little bit. I would suspect on this that maybe the EGR cooler or the EGR itself is partially blocked or a little bit blocked. So I was going to suggest, like I said to the customer, about having a look inside this EGR cooler here, but he said that's already been apart. He's got a picture of it here somewhere, so just waiting for him to get that. Yeah, so here we've got a picture of inside the EGR cooler. You can see there that the fins are definitely blocked on that, so that's going to need changing. It's possible to be cleaned, but I don't want to take it off and try to clean it just in case it's not successful. You'd want to have a replacement part there just in case, and if you do manage to clean it up, then you can return your new part. But if it's not too expensive, probably just buy one just in case and either replace it or clean it, either way. Okay, so that's it, we're all finished on the BMW. EGR cooler will be getting replaced either by myself or another place or wherever if the customer is going to come back, and I'll see you in the next video.